Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Warning. This article contains spoilers for 1923 Season 2, Episode 4. Spencer Dutton, Brandon Sklenar, originally wanted to stay in Africa, and 1923 Season 2 has shown exactly why he preferred the safari over America. At the start of 1923, Spencer Dutton was living in Africa and working as a big game hunter for hire. He was relatively happy there, and once he met Alexandra, Julia Schlapfer, his life became almost perfect. However, by the end of 1923 Season 1, Spencer was on his way back to America to help the rest of the Dutton family tree fight for the Yellowstone Ranch. Spencer had a few reasons to stay in Africa, such as his PTSD from World War I, and the fact that he liked the danger of being a big game hunter, but it was still a bit odd that he preferred a foreign land to his home country. After all, Spencer had almost no friends in Africa aside from his guides. He was suffering from the major trauma of fighting in a war, and he whiled away most of his days by drinking. 1923 Season 2, Episode 4, however, proved that Spencer was more than justified to like his life in Africa. Because of 1923 Season 2, it makes perfect sense that Spencer would prefer Africa to America. In Africa, all of Spencer's worries were right in front of him, and he could deal with most of them with a shotgun. They were also predictable. He knew exactly how a lion would attack him, and he could plan ahead to outsmart it. In America, however, all of Spencer's problems have been blindsiding him. He didn't realize how powerful the mafia was, he didn't realize the cops would double-cross him, and he didn't realize the train would be filled with murderous thieves. From Spencer's perspective, his time in America, at least after World War I, has been nothing but trouble. He's been beaten, threatened, separated from his wife, and he's seen the lowest depths of cruelty humans are capable of. In Africa, Spencer may have had to deal with wild animals and shady businesses, but he at least had some friends he could rely on. The world made sense to Spencer in Africa, and America has just been a web of confusing pain since the moment he touched the soil. I wouldn't want to go back either, especially considering the ugly truths 1923 Season 2 has been exposing about America. It's really no surprise that Spencer has had such a rough time in America so far, given how 1923 has been portraying the country. Since it started, 1923 has been devoted to holding a candle to the ugliest and most brutal parts of American history. 1923 Season 1 featured things like Tina Rainwater's, Amina Neves, abuse at the boarding school, and Alice, Joy Osmansky, and Zane's, Brian Girardi, fight against a racist law against intermarriage. 1923 Season 2 has featured everything from xenophobia at Ellis Island, brutal crimes against women, particularly Christy, Caitlin Rice, and Alexandra, and Marshall Kent's, Jamie McShane, violent bigotry. Once the dust has settled between Donald Whitfield, Timothy Dalton, and the Duttons, if Spencer is alive, he'll have a big choice to make of where to spend the rest of his life. The threat to the Duttons will be past, the Yellowstone will be relatively safe, and Spencer could go back to Africa with Alexandra if he wanted to. However, it seems likely that Spencer will choose to stay in Montana if he lives to see the end of 1923 Season 2. Alexandra is pregnant with his child, and he probably wouldn't want to make another perilous 6-month journey with a pregnant woman or a newborn child. Aside from the logistics of moving back to Africa, there's a bigger reason why Spencer may choose to stay in Montana. Spencer has, more or less, fought off his demons with Alexandra's help. He's not running from anything like PTSD anymore, and he's got a reason to live again. Because he's changed so much since the show began, Spencer may be willing to accept the responsibility of running the ranch, and he may choose to build a life and a family with Alexandra there. America may be cruel, but Spencer has never been one to run from a fight. especially after 1923 Season 2.